welcome to The Corner, where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. Today, we're going back to something we haven't discussed for a while, and that's The Gamer. We're up to chapter 161 of The Gamer. The reason why I haven't done it recently is because of the fact that it hasn't really had many exciting chapters, but I do think I'm probably going to start doing it more on a regular basis every week, whether the chapter is exciting or not. So without further ado, let's do the review from 58 to 61. What's happened since we last left off? Well, it looks like the gamer is looking for the Tree of Yggdrasil through a few chapters, and what ends up happening is he gets sent on a quest. A quest to take out a necromancer, and it doesn't pose him much experience, so he doesn't think it's going to be too. And at this point, he ends up going to the place where he needs to go, and we find out a little bit more about his ability for questline. Just like an MMORPG, there is an arrow leading the way. Now, this arrow led down into a corridor. He uses his magic to actually destroy the barrier and take out all the bad aspects of the barrier. And I must say, the biggest thing that I noticed when it was going through it, it said you entered the Necromancer Barrier. The Necromancer Barrier cuts your skills by 30%, but since your mana is so high, you're not affected by the Necromancer Barrier. Man, that's OPS. Man, just this OP. Wow. So he has the so much mana that it doesn't matter if the barrier had an effect or anything, it's not going to affect him at all. That high mana that he ended up getting. But anyways, as we continue on, it kind of leaves us off on that point in the manga, but at the webtoon, and that is one thing. Other thing that was in there was a girl with a crystal in her hand. Speaking of despair, and people couldn't see her as she ran out. So it made me wonder if this is part of the storyline or if it's something that is going to end up happening. So I think my biggest thing is, I think the gamer's going to end up having to save this girl, and it's going to become part of his harem in this point in time, because he has a harem trying to grow, if you didn't notice. He has 3 girls now striving for his attention, and soon to be a 4th. More than likely a 4th if this ends up going on like it's probably going. I think the biggest thing I'm really wondering about is if he's going to end up killing the Necromancer, or if he's going to be able to take the Necromancer back without having to kill him. And that's the biggest point when it comes down to it, because he doesn't want to kill anybody, but he might have to in this case. But enough of that. We have plenty of time for that at another date and time. But while the manga has gone, it has had a lot of dead spots that I really didn't care for. The Yggdrasil type of part, but I guess it is a bit of the storyline type of aspect, and he's actually trying to find the Yggdrasil tree in the first place. But it's still fully colored webtoon, and I really do wish it was a bit more and it would get its own series, because this is a really good manga. It's not manga, it's a webtoon. Gotta stop saying manga, I'm just so used to mangas. It's just, sorry. Anyways, it's just a really good webtoon in the end. And honestly, I would love to see an animated series of this. I mean, the gamer's powers are just outrageous. It's something that you really want to have. And obviously, the gamer has a lot more to go. And it shows his ability and strength over the years, over the time that we've missed, since it's jumped a little bit ahead. So it was fairly interesting to actually see exactly from what extent he has learned, and the combination of 4 spells, that's amazing. He uses these 4 spells in succession to do things that normally wouldn't be thought of as possible, and he is pretty cheap when it comes down to that, but honestly, I think that's why we all like the gamer in the end. He's doing an amazing job and going for that necromancer. Alright. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this webtoon, and I hope you guys are enjoying these reviews of this webtoon. So until the next time, you guys, I hope you guys have a great day and a fun one.